Hello, my friends. Today, I have an awesome experiment for us. Are you ready? It has to do with pine cones. Now, have you ever noticed that some pine cones are open and some pine cones are really skinny and closed? Well, that has to do with the humidity in the air. And the humidity is just the moisture that is in the air. Now, you're probably thinking, I don't understand what that means. And I don't really understand sometimes either. All I know is, without this moisture or the humidity in the air, we would basically be living on Mars. Mars doesn't have really any humidity, and it's really hot, and it's kind of like a desert. Without humidity, we wouldn't have rain, we wouldn't have snow, we wouldn't have thunder or lightning. We wouldn't have any of that cool stuff that happens when the weather changes. So, when pine cones feel humidity, they change their shape. So, if you look at a pine cone like this is a dry pine cone. There's very little humidity in this pine cone. So it opened up. When it opens up, it's actually when it releases its seeds. And that's when the seeds of the pine cone spread out and more trees can grow because the seeds are spreading out, right? So when it gets humid, like when it's rainy or snowy or stuff like that, the pine cone will actually close up and protect itself and its seeds. And it'll wait for the weather to dry out a little bit when the weather is right for the seeds to be released. So today's experiment, we're going to see what happens when this pine cone is exposed to water. Cool, right? So I've set up this little measuring jar. I have two pine cones here. So I have one here that we're going to keep dry, and I have this one here that we're going to put into this water. And we're going to see what happens when it's in the water. So, here we go. I might need something to keep it under the water because I'm not sure if pine cones float, but let's find out. So, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh. Ooh, look at that. It looks super cool under the water. Okay. Okay. So we're just going to leave that pine cone in the water, and it does float, so that's kind of cool observation. So we're just going to leave this little guy in the water here, and we're just going to see what happens. We're going to have to wait a little bit of time because it's not just going to happen all at once. So we'll check back in a little bit. Okay, my friends, it's been about 30 minutes since I put the pine cone into the water, so let's see what's happened. I'm noticing a change, are you? Let's pull it out. The pine cone closed up. Because of the moisture, it's protecting itself, so it closed up. Remember, the pine cone started off and it looked like this. But now it's all closed up and it looks like this. Super cool, right? What do we do when we need to protect ourselves from the weather? Yeah, when it's rainy, we put on raincoats and boots. When it's cold, we put on sweaters. Things in nature do the exact same thing. They adapt, they change because the weather is changing. Isn't that so cool? I love science, and I love the changing seasons, especially fall. Fall is so much fun. Thanks for doing this experiment with me today, guys. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. If you feel like doing this experiment, make sure you tell me how you guys did. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!